What's going on, y'all? It's your boy No Credit, and I'm back again with another one. I need you guys to do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon for more videos like this. That being said, let's get into it. So I seen this comment on one of Terence Crawford's videos that I was watching on YouTube, and this is probably one of the best comments I've ever seen on Terence Crawford. You know, a lot of people give Terence Crawford compliments because it's so hard to label Terence Crawford a certain boxer. It's like he's a combination of all of the greats, and this was one of those comments that really resonate with what Terence Crawford is to the sport of boxing. When I hear people talk about the sport of boxing, the years I hear people talk about is the 80's, and they talk about these fighters, the Leonard, the Haglers, the Hearns, and the Durans. The four kings of boxing. They talk about those guys when they talk boxing. So to see a comment like this, it says a lot about a guy who is currently still fighting in an era where he calls the Terence Bud Crawford era, and it's looking more and more like it is indeed the Terence Bud Crawford era. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and read this comment from @CoVision. He says, I always say he's a combination of the four kings of the 80's. Hagler's switch hitting style, Hearn's range, Leonard's footwork, alongside Duran's mean streak. That's Bud for you. You know, the thing about that, everything he said, I agree 100%. But the thing about that is there's more to Bud than just that. His IQ is unmatched. This is a guy who literally fights in the Matrix. Let Teddy Atlas explain it. Terence Crawford, he slows things down. It's like he's fighting in time. It's like he fights in time travel, meaning like he freezes stuff. He manipulates time. Meaning like he slows everything down. Let's say if you're a high volume puncher, he'll slow that down. Let's say if you're a speedy fighter, he'll take that away from you with his timing. He's the most complete fighter of this generation, and it's not even close. We haven't seen somebody on the level of a Bud Crawford in many years, other than the Floyd Mayweathers of boxing. But Bud Crawford, unlike Floyd Mayweather, is a very exciting, cerebral fighter. So to see a comment like that from a guy like CoVision, you know, it means a lot for a guy like Bud, who is currently still trying to add to his already Hall of Fame career legacy. The first guy in the sport of boxing to ever hold 4 major sanctioning body belts. The first guy to ever become undisputed twice in the 4-belt era. He's more than just a transcender. You know, he's always been the first to do it. Everybody, when we listen to these fighters, oh, I want to be undisputed. I want to do this. I want to do this. Why? Because Bud Crawford did it first. We don't see a lot of young fighters saying, when I grow up, I want to be like this guy. I want to be like. But when it comes to a guy like Bud Crawford, we see a lot of young fighters saying, when I grow up, I want to be just like Bud Crawford from Omaha, Nebraska. This is unbelievable. And the crazy thing about it, he doesn't get his just dues. He doesn't get his flowers. He's still being doubted. He still has a chip on his shoulder. He still must go out there and prove time and time again why he's the best fighter of this era. And he thrives when people criticize him and tell him he can't do something. Like, for example, the Canelo Alvarez fight. Before he was talking about the Canelo Alvarez fight, right? I want you guys to go back and watch The Breakfast Club with Charlemagne the God. And I lied to you not. Charlemagne the God said, going into the Errol Spence Jr. fight, he said, man, I don't think you can hurt Errol Spence Jr. This is the same shit we're hearing for Canelo Alvarez. We don't think Crawford can hurt Canelo Alvarez. This is boxing. Anybody can get hurt. A minimal weight boxer can hurt a heavyweight. Do people not know that? You get hit with a clean shot, you're going to get hurt. A clean shot, bro? Like, are you serious? A guy fighting a minimum weight, if he clocks you clean, he can hurt you. Like, I don't know what's wrong with people. They think because it's a few weight classes apart, you're not going to get hurt. It makes absolutely no sense. Let somebody hit you with a clean shot that's real smaller than you, that's been boxing for a long time, and tell me if you don't wake up in a hospital. Like, come on, man. People just be saying anything. Anyway, I want you guys to go back and watch the Charlemagne the God interview where he said what a lot of the Earl sexuals and a lot of these casual fangirls, they say on the internet. They said going into the Errol Spence fight, Crawford couldn't hurt Spence. If anybody was going to get knocked out, they said it would have been Crawford. All Crawford had to do to win the fight versus Spence was move. Crawford did the exact opposite. He bullied Spence. He showed he was stronger than Spence. He showed he was better than Spence at everything. He nullified Errol Spence's best attributes, took away his jab, broke him down, and made it look like a walk in the park. He made it look so easy, people were questioning if Errol Spence was still the same. They started bringing up the car accidents and all kinds of shit. They said he was drunk, he was high, all kinds of shit they said. They never said that going into any of his fights. Why in the biggest fight of his career, now he's drunk, he's high, and all this other stuff y'all saying. He has brain damage. It makes no sense. It's because Crawford, he's beating these guys so convincingly that people think there's something wrong with these guys or they're overrated, which is not the case. They just refuse to acknowledge that Crawford is just that much better than his competition. For example, they do the same thing with a guy named Alexander Usyk. They said Alexander Usyk, he couldn't hurt Tyson Fury. He couldn't beat Tyson Fury. Alexander Usyk went in there, and he was the one who hurt Tyson Fury. They said Deontay Wilder could have hurt Tyson Fury. How would Alexander Usyk hurt Tyson Fury? It makes no sense. Alexander Usyk almost stopped Tyson Fury. And the same Alexander Usyk who beat Tyson Fury, who was way taller than him, had the reach, the height, all the advantages, and he almost got stopped by Alexander Usyk, a guy who came from cruiserweight. The difference from that is, Canelo, he actually came from lightweight, where Bud himself started. And people refuse to acknowledge that. And you know what's crazy about that fight also? Canelo is shorter than Terence Crawford. And we know Terence Crawford does so well against smaller fighters. I mean, he knocks these guys out cold. Now, I'm not going to come on here and say he's going to knock Canelo out cold, but I'm going to tell you Canelo's going to be right there to get punched on. The fight's not going to go how y'all expect it to go. I'm telling y'all right now. I'm literally telling y'all. Oh, Crawford can't hurt Canelo. Go back and watch Crawford after he beat Errol Spence and he went on the Breakfast Club with Charlemagne the God again. And tell me what Charlemagne the God said. And matter of fact, I'll tell you what he said. He said, I'm never betting against you again, even against Canelo. I said, you can hurt Spence. I think you can hurt anybody. Anybody. And I would love to see you fight Canelo, because I think that's the only challenge for you in and around your weight class in the sport of boxing. Now, that's how you give credit where credit is deserved. Anyway, that comment from that fan, that boxing fan, Cold Vision, was one of the greatest comments you can ever give to a current active fighter. When the 80s was the golden era of boxing, one of the golden eras of boxing, the 80s, the Four Kings and all that. Yet, Crawford is compared to all four of them. This guy said Crawford reminds him of all four of them in one. That is the greatest comment you can ever give to a fighter, especially an active fighter. Anyway, it's your boy No Credit, and I'm out.